Hi, by the end of this course, you should be able to develop something like this. We first gonna generate our project and just call it quizzes and go with the default options. We don't need routing. Now we're gonna head to our folder to work on it. And the first thing I want to do is to install the Bootstrap framework just for styling. You don't need to do that. Now, when we get to run our project in our code editor, the first thing I want to do is to run our server. Now I'll open a new terminal and generate a quiz component. I don't like to put all my code in the app component. I also gonna generate a server. A service. We need to import the Bootstrap framework, and I'm also gonna generate a class file just for typing purposes to give me easy access to the properties. In our template component, I'm gonna read off all the code, and in our server's TS file, I'm gonna generate the property, call it quizzes, which will have this type of question of type string and answer of type object of array of object. In a real world app, you will basically be getting the data from the external server like API, and we're going to have a 10 question in this array. Is up to you what question you want to put in there. It's just for demonstration purposes anyways. I will be creating a method to call and return the object of array that we just created. Usually you're going to be returning a copy of it, but for the purpose of this course, we don't really need to go into that. Now in our quiz folder, we're going to head to the TS file. We're going to have the same property name, quizzes of type quiz, and it will be having an empty array. And in the constructor, we're going to inject our services, our quiz service. And once the program initiated, we're going to need to assign the data to our property. This is a Bootstrap classes. If you're aware of it, it will be easy for you. If not, you just ignore it for now. Here we need to display the first element of that array that we created and the first question of the first element. but instead we're gonna make it dynamic instead of hard coding it, and we're gonna assign it with 0, so it should return the first question. As for the answer, we're gonna need to loop through it, and I'm gonna be using the ULLI elements and the ng4 to loop through them. We're looping through the first or whatever current quiz is, and from the answer property, and we're going to be displaying the option which correspond to the questions we have. Now if we change it to 1, we should be able to see the next question. I like to have some padding. Now I'm going to be adding a radio button to allow the user to select which value they send to, and on there we're gonna have a method on whenever the radio is clicked. Now we go back to our TS file and create that method. You will always get the error if you don't create it, but the sooner we create that, it will disappear. We expect to receive a Boolean value of true or false, and whenever we answer the question, we need to go to the next question by incrementing the current quiz to 1. So now we need to disable the rest whenever we click on one of the answers, for example. And to be able to also click from the outside, we wrap the element into a label element. So initially the radio buttons are active, but the sooner we click on one, it should change to true and disable the rest of the radio buttons, so we won't be able to select another option. It's kind of difficult to see because it just moved quickly to the next question, so we're going to use a set timeout to slow down the transmission, and we're going to do that like after every 3 seconds. And whenever we go to the next question, the radio button should again be able to be clicked. For that we say it is false. Great. Now we want to display which question are we at, like 1 of 5, 1 of 6, 1 of 10. Because current quiz starts at 0, we're gonna add 1 for the user to be easy to read, to 1 of 10, 3 of 10. You get the idea. This we were supposed to get the correct property because we want to receive a true or false values. So we will be able to work on our correct answers and incorrect answers properties. So basically, if the user selected the correct answer, it will increment the correct answer. If not, it will increment the incorrect one. And at the bottom, we're going to display these values by using the interpolation. Now we're going to need a directive to change the color of our answer. Like if it is correct, we're going to make it green. If it is incorrect, we're going to make it red. In there, we're going to use our element ref to have access to the native element and renderer, so we can be able to work on the DOM, because we don't really need to work directly using the element ref. We're going to be using the host listener, so whenever the user clicked the host element or the host in which our app background lies on, here you can name it whatever you want. I'll just call it on answer. So based on the correct answer, based on the user's event, the user sends, whether it is true or false, we're gonna change these colors. And also we're going to be using the input decorators. As you know, we need to use this to receive values from the outside. Like I said, always use the renderer and not the element ref directly. The app background, it gotta stay on the host element. In this case is the li, and we also gonna be passing a true or false value. All right. And now we want to hide the correct and incorrect answers and only display it at the end of the quiz. To do that, we're gonna wrap this text into a div, and we're also gonna have a button to show the result. The whole method, the method will just show and hide our result. And in our div here, we're gonna have an ngF if the result is true or false. So initially we assign it to a value of false. We don't want the user to see it. But the sooner we click on it to show the result, we want to change the value to true. Okay, how about we randomize the question instead of just going from one to the order in which we put it on the our array of object. We're just gonna make it a randomize now. For that, we're gonna create a property named randomize, which is gonna be a type of number. And it will have a value of equal to the length of the array of object that we receive. So if we receive 5, it's going to give us the question of 6 and so on. You get the idea. So now instead of using the current quiz, we're going to use the randomized property. As you can see, this is not the first question in our array of object, neither this is. The problem is now we don't move to the next question, and in order to do that we also need to assign a new value whenever we answer question or the unanswer method is fired. Now we want to hide the button and also hide the content when we answer 10 questions. So when we reach the 10 question and click on it, it should disappear, and only we're going to be seeing the button just to show the result. In other words, you won't be able to see the result before you finish all the 10 questions. Now 10 of 10. Now it should go away and our show result button appears, and there you can see your answers.